Do the Right Thing of DC is using the written word to promote the social, emotional, physical, and cognitive development and success of kids and youth. Welcome to Impact Moment, brought to you by DCTV. I'm Rebecca Burnett. While those young people are working on themselves, Do the Right Thing is also encouraging them to work on their communities. Co-founder Gerald Norday is here today to tell us how. Hi, Gerald.
Hello, Rebecca. How are you? Good to be with you.
I'm good, thank you. So I wanted to start talking about the Marion Barry Youth Employment Summer Program that you guys have been participating in since 2010. The kids get to participate in poetry and book publishing workshops, music, video production, just to name a few. How are these programs setting them up for success?
Well, we're living in a new age and time now, obviously much different than the time that I grew up in. We have the flourishing of social media. Cable channels are very prevalent now, so it's a new technological age for young people, and they're growing up in a time that we did not. So it's really important for us to make sure that young people in our communities are able to deal with social media, deal with the technology, and also take a hold of their image and be able to express themselves and their image in a positive manner.
And they also are kind of becoming change makers themselves, making good in their own communities. A great example is in 2020. Of course, we were in COVID, so this town hall had to be virtual, but it was during the summer after George Floyd's murder, and the town hall's purpose was to talk about the intersecting issues of murder and racism and COVID, and you had some really impressive heavy hitters on that panel. What sort of progress did the students, but also your organization as a whole, make during that town hall? And after, maybe too?
Sure. Well, I think it was really important for them to find their voice during that time. Obviously, we were dealing with the pandemic. The young people weren't going to school in person, and so it was important for us to find a way for them to be able to express themselves on the virtual town hall and talk about the issues that are really impacting them. Another really great component of the town hall, the virtual town hall, Rebecca, is that we were able to bring in community leaders that were able to talk with the young people and actually listen to the young people as well. So that was really important. That was really a boost for the young people to be able to interact with those community leaders, the chief of police, the mayor, the director of the Office of Youth Programs that supports the SYP program. The fact that our youth were able to directly communicate with these leaders and have their voices heard, that really did a lot for their self-esteem.
So incredible. And they also got to participate because, of course, they have written many books of poetry. They've published 12 so far, so impressive. They got to sign their work at a handful of the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation's annual legislative conferences. What sort of power was it for these students to be able to even share a room with such influential people that participate in conferences like that?
Right. Well, you know, it's amazing that we live in the nation's capital. We're in Washington, D.C., and there are a lot of young people in Washington that don't take advantage of the many resources and just great things that D.C. has to offer. So for them to be at the Congressional Black Caucus, one, have a book of poetry that they author too, and then to be there with leaders in our community who are able to see the work that they've done, purchase the books if they want to, it validates the young people and the experience that they're having. And we need the young people in DC who are going to grow to be the future leaders of our city, of our nation. We need them to have experiences where they are validated by leaders in the community. It just makes them feel good, and it's great to see. But they have to have those experiences to ensure that they can be the best leaders they can be when they grow up.
Well, thank you so much for training the next generation of our city's leaders and our country's leaders. And thank you so much for joining me today to talk about it.
Thank you for having me, Rebecca. Pleasure to be with you.
And thank you to our viewers at home for tuning in to this episode of Impact Moment. It's part of DCTV's nonprofit Capacity Building Grants Program, our original programming to highlight the ways our area's nonprofits are making a difference. Stay up to date with our latest productions and tune in to our live stream at dctv.org.